Thompson works at baseline. His little turns, a little one-handed runner goes in from the baseline. That's Thompson's first bucket.
That was truly a one-hand shot. His left hand never got above the waist that time, I don't think.
So the Vikings have the basketball. Burton lobs it underneath the lane, and he was held. And Lane might have got away with a little push, too, but they're going to call Thompson with a foul.
Yeah. Robbie had a lot of space when he went down low. They don't call anything on him, and that's Billy Thompson's third foul. So Vikings up by 7, get the ball into their own bucket.
Thompson in the lane, now to Hickey at the top of the key. Kyle looks, finds Hamilton, another three on the way, this one just short. And the rebound pulled down by Thompson.
Good look. Keep shooting, Brad.
53-46, 13:59 to go. As Yoakum at the top of the key, man-to-man defense by the Vikings. Winger, line drive three, no good. Robbie Burton in the lane, crashing in there to get that rebound.
Good to see Robbie playing big right now.
Here's Cook to the top of the key, off to Lane. Lane drives in right side all the way to the basket, fouled on the drive. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, James, nice aggressive take right down the middle of the lane, went up strong and draws the 2-shot foul. So James has yet to score in the second half, 15 points in the first half, but he'll have two opportunities here as that's a second foul on Chapman.
13:41 to go in this contest. Vikings end the regular season at Baker on Saturday. We'll worry about that later. Here's the free throw by Jimmy Lane.
Come on, James.
Vikings just 1 out of 2 from the free throw line tonight. And that's the 4th foul on the Crusaders. Now Hamilton will leave, Burton leaves, Cook leaves. There's a big part of the game right here. You're using your bench. Fletcher's coming in, Joe Williams is in, Bowling's checking in. So Coach going to give all these guys a rest here at the 13:41 mark, and Lane hits the second free throw. This is a big part of the game for this bench.
And that's been one of the secrets of this team all year. Coach Chad Lance has had a lot of confidence in his bench, and he's put these guys in at times to give the starters a rest, and normally it's paid off pretty well.
Tillery over the top. Now they work it down low to Varenk, and that looked like a decent block, but Joe got him on the elbow as well and on the shoulder as they got it down to Varenk. Williams picks up his 3rd foul, and that'll put Varenk to the free throw line to shoot 2. He only has 2 points tonight. Averages 6.7 a game.
They've done a good job on him down low.
First of 2 on the way, got it.
He's a pretty good player.
Well, he dominated inside in the game in Springfield. Robbie comes right back in for Joe Williams. Joe has those 3 fouls. 54-47 is our score.
Yeah, a lot of time left in this one.
Tillery going to get a break now. And that brings Marcus Miller back in for the Crusaders. Varenk, second one is good. So he knocks them both down. This is a good free throw shooting team. 6-point game. Brody Thompson running the show at the point. Takes it to the right elbow. Back out front to Jordan Bowling, who does have a 3 in this game. Now to Andre. Scott takes it right side. He's going to go in. Flips it off the glass. No good. Tough shot. Wouldn't go. Jordan Bowling goes flying across the floor trying to save it. But again, a really off-balance shot taken by Andre Scott.
How would you describe Marcus Miller's hairdo? I'm not exactly sure. I don't know what they call that. I'm sure they call it something. But
at least he has hair. Unfortunately, some of us don't know that feeling anymore. Here's Chapman, looks for Miller. Now Chapman takes the baseline, misses the shot. I don't know if Fletcher bothered that or not, but he missed it. Rebound Burton, back to Fletcher. Fletcher behind the back with the dribble, into Bowling. Bowling, strong move, and he loses it. It's picked up by Chapman. Chapman off to Yoakum. 12:51 to go. Yoakum gives it now to Blakesley. Blakesley out front to Chapman. Yoakum. Down low, Varenk, and he is smothered and fouled, and he'll shoot 2 as he helps Andre Scott to his feet, and that should be the 3rd on Andre.
Boy, and Andre coming over from that backside to help on defense. He ran head-on into Varenk, and that's not the guy you want to run head-on into, I don't think.
12:42 to go.
That's third foul on Andre Scott.
Yeah, I don't think it was a shooting foul.
It shouldn't be. I don't think it was, but he's standing at the free throw line, so we just have to see. Now they're going to inbound underneath.
Thompson will come back in, or rather Brad Hamilton will come back in.
So you got Bowling, Hamilton, Fletcher, Brody Thompson, Robbie Burton on the floor for the Vikings.
Yoakum to inbound. He gets it into Chapman. 12:40 to go, 54-48. Work it down low to Verink. Remember, Verink's the man inside now with Tillery on the bench. Back out to Yoakum. Yoakum works that left side. Long three. Spins in and out. Jordan Bowling corrals the rebound. He'll dribble it into the forecourt and say, I better give this back to the guard.
Good job of screening out by the Vikings that time, though.
Fletcher to Thompson on the left side. Thompson down the middle. Stops free throw line. Jordan Bowling takes it baseline. Strong move up and a foul. A blocking foul. Are they going to call that charge?
They call an offensive foul on Jordan, I think.
Bowling turned the corner left side, but there was a defender there waiting for him, and the charge was called. So it's 54-48. Vikings now have given up 4 straight points. Boy, this Evangel team, they've been there, of course, the national tournament the last few years, and so the guys that are veterans, they've played in crowds like this and games like this, and they're just going to play. The Vikings have to keep being aggressive.
Wouldn't that be great to make that national tournament?
Oh boy.
Vikings they have a shot, and a lot of things have to happen, but they've got a shot.
Been a long time since the Vikes have been there. Wingert in the backcourt, leaves it off for Beckemeyer. Beckemeyer ahead to Wingert. He gets it into the forecourt, whips the pass to Tillery, left baseline, back out front. Beckemeyer, he holds it, goes to Tillery. Tillery spins in the lane, leans in with a left hand and scored. There was contact. Everything else, he just scored anyway, 54-50.
He's equally as good with the left hand and the right hand, I think. That's 21 points for him.
And that's 6 straight points. Fletcher with the basketball, 11:42 to go. Off to Brad Hamilton, turns for a 3, missed it. And the rebound comes down to Beckemeyer. So the Vikings were on a little roll, and all of a sudden now they have quieted down, and here's Beckemeyer off to Tillery. He's back into the game, and the lead is down to 4. Wingert, he'll try a 3, won't go. Rebound, Robbie Burton. He has just really been solid inside tonight. Timeout called by the Vikings. Vikes have been on that 54, Joe, for quite some time.
Yeah. And, good timeout by Chad right there. And we've just still have that 4-point lead, but you don't want to let this team get any closer. 4-point
game, 54-50. Corey Tillery, 21 points. He comes in averaging 19.9 a game. Vikings were on that run. They got a couple of threes, got a couple of dunks, and now they've really rather quiet offensively. And
I don't think Tillery has taken any shots more than about 3 feet out from the basket. Everything he's done has been right in the paint, and he's probably got, if he's got 21, he's probably got 11 with the left hand and 10 with the right hand.
Graceland is at Mid-America tonight. Avila at Culver. Oh, rather, that's on Saturday. Tonight it's Mid-America at Avila in Kansas City.
That'd be a good game.
At Graceland. Yeah, I think that Mid-America Avila being a heck of a game tonight. CMU is at Graceland tonight. Baker at Peru, and Culver is at Benedictine. Saturday, then, to wrap up the regular season, will be Valley at Baker, Benedictine at Evangel, Peru at CMU, Avila at Culver, and Graceland at Mid-America.
I wish in that Culver-Benedictine game tonight there'd be a way for both those teams to lose.
That would help, wouldn't it?
But I don't think it's going to happen. But, yeah, because Culver 1 game behind the Vikings, Benedictine tied with the Vikings for second place right now.
And how about the job Rocky Lamar's done? Early in the season, that team was left for dead. And all of a sudden, they're 8-8, and they're right in the hunt.
I don't think I want to play them first round of the conference tournament. I think we can beat them, but that would be a tough draw.
They knocked off the Vikings twice this year and really dominated both games. Here's the pass inside. Robbie, and he's fouled. Good spin move coming out of that timeout. And the foul is going to be called on Miller, and that'll put Robbie Burton to the free throw line. Good spin move baseline.
Robbie's played big tonight. We need that because this team's very physical on the boards, and he's held his own. He's ripped several rebounds right away from the crowd inside. Done a great job.
Robbie will shoot 2. Vikings haven't scored in a while, and they still haven't as he misses the first free throw. The Vikings have missed 2 of the last 3 free throws.
Robbie usually a very, very consistent free throw shooter.
54-50, 11:03 to go. Vikes led by 3 at the break. Burton will have another one. And got this one. Missed the first, got the second, and that breaks a pretty good drought for the Vikings as far as on offense. Lead by 5, 10:58 to go. Vikings put some pressure on, but the Crusaders handle it quite easily. Now Verink underneath the Tillery, goes right back to Miller, or rather, check that. That is Blakesley who scores. He has 4 now, and it's 55-52. Nice give and go. 10:42 left. Crowd is quiet again. They need something to happen here. Hickey. Off it comes to Cook. Cook, top of the key. To Hamilton. Underneath James Lane. Jump hook in the lane.
Yep.
Got it.
Lane in the lane.
And his first 2 points of the second half, 57-52, a first field goal of the second half.
Every time I see James go up for that hook, I have a good feeling.
Yep, it is his patented shot. 5-point lead. We're about halfway home here in the second half. Tillery, low block, spins into the lane with a left-handed jump hook, missed it. Robbie Burton with a rebound. He waits, gives it to Cook, who races into the forecourt. Finds Hickey. Hickey back to Hamilton, around to Cook. Cook works right side. Gives it out to Robbie at the high post. Robbie holds it high above his head. Puts it on the floor. Gives it to Hickey. 19 on the shot clock. Hamilton lobs it underneath. They get it inside to Robbie, and he is fouled, as coming to help out was Tillery, and he raked him across the forearm, and that's a foul on Tillery, his second, team foul number 6.
A nice job that time by Brad Hamilton, looking for Robbie Burton. Lobbed the ball up high where only Robbie could get it, and Robbie spun inside and draws that foul. I'm going to say it's a non-shooting foul. That's team foul number 6. So we'll be in both teams with 6. We'll be in 1-1 the rest of the half.
Cook into Robbie, and he misses the little runner across the front of the lane. Oh, man, he got him the ball. Perfect position, and he left it on the front of the rim.
Got to hit that shot.
Yeah, that one's your ones you got to make. Blakesley gives it off to Tillery. Now they fired underneath the Viking, and see on the other end they score. So that's really about a 4-point turnaround right there. 57-54, lead is 3. Hamilton off to James Lane. His turnaround, good for 2. He was on the line, but he popped it down. He now has 20, 59-54.
Is that at least 4 straight 20-plus games for James Lane, maybe more than that.
Here is Viking. Now he goes free throw line. Shot is no good. Tillery gets it back, puts it up, scores again. He had great offensive position, and he scored 59-56 under 9 minutes to go. I think it's 22 straight games now. He's been in double figures, and he's had 8 or 9 double-doubles this year. Just an outstanding season, yeah. Robbie takes it right side. He may have got away with a walk, but he stopped and put up a little jumper and got it from the right side.
Robbie was not going to be denied that time. He went in strong, nice soft touch, and the Vikings back up by 5.
61-56. Beckemeyer. Top of the key. Gives it off to Wingert. Vikes in a man-to-man. Wingert. Top of the key. Swings it around to the right wing. Shot, pinballs in and out, but nobody blocking out Viking, and he tipped it in. Gotta block him out. 61-58. Hamilton, top of the key. To Hickey. Hickey, nowhere to go. Hamilton. He'll take it baseline. Strong move. Gives it underneath to Robbie. Nice pass. What a pass to Robbie Burton. Laid it off the glass. What an assist by Hamilton.
And Robbie knew he couldn't go over the top. He kind of scooped that one in. Good play by Hamilton. Great finish by Robbie.
63-58. Now the Vikes need to rebound. Baseline, Viking. Viking looks for Beckemeyer. Puts it on the floor. Gives it back to Beckemeyer. Beckemeyer to Tillery. Tillery on that low block left side, spins to the basket, blocked by Robbie Burton. It goes out. It'll still belong to the Crusaders, but Robbie timed it perfectly and swatted that one out of bounds.
I tell you, but Tillery is working hard in there. Boy, moving all the time. He's got 23 points in the game for Evangel, but a nice defensive play that time by Robbie.
The athletic director, Tom Pfeiffer, across the way, pacing. Here's the pass across to Chapman. Everybody's nervous right now. Yoakum, baseline, Tillery. He got it. He went out about 10 feet and buried it. And he's having a great game. 25. 63-60. 7:16 to go. Who's going to blink first? Andre Scott around the screen, top of the key. Cut off there by Chapman. Now to Hamilton. Hamilton holds it high above his head, gives it to Lane. James will try it from the top of the key. It won't go. And the rebound will go out. It'll belong to the Crusaders. 6:57 to go.
Yeah, good look by James that time. Got his feet set, just left it a little bit off the left side of the rim. So Vikes down around 7 minutes to go in the game. Got to get a stop here.
Brody Thompson in for Cook. James Lane going to get a breather. Bowling is in. Also Joe Williams. So again, 6:57. This is probably the last break for the starters, so let's see what this unit on the floor can do right now.
Daryl Lemaire coming in, Andre Scott, so no starters. No starters on the floor for the Vikings. It's Thompson, Lemaire, Joe Williams, Jordan Bowling, and Kyle Hickey. That's the 5 on the floor for the Vikings right now.
A huge part of the ball game. 6:53 to go. Billy Thompson had it, gives it off to Chapman out front. Now to Yoakum. Yoakum, free throw line. Bounce pass underneath, and they miss it. Verink missed it, but gets it back. Goes up and is fouled. Boy, the Vikes have to do a better job of rebounding, Joe.
Yeah, Verink's a load in there. You've got to put a body on him, and you've got to spread out and just push. Because he's very big and very physical. That time he just split 2 defenders, got that offensive rebound, and draws the 2-shot foul. That's going to be 4 on Joe Williams.
Well, got him to miss the shot, and that was the big part of it, and then couldn't get the rebound. 6:37 to go, 63-60. Verink at the line, and he makes it. Well, he's got a little hitch in that shot, but it goes in. He's 3 for 3 in the free throw line. They are 5, 6, 7, 10. I have them about 11 out of 14 unofficially, and the Vikings are 3 out of 5.
Yeah, need it. And he can make it a 1-point game if he can knock down this second one.
Verink second one, missed it off the front of the rim. And lane violation, he's going to get another opportunity. Boy, that hurts. That hurts.
Doesn't help. Doesn't help.
You almost, that Verink, he almost has a little hitch, and it almost makes you want to get in the lane early.
And I think that's exactly what happened that time.
He brings the ball up and then kind of stops.
Double pumps.
Yep, right there. Well, he missed it again, so no harm, no foul, as Verink got 1 out of 2. 63-61.
Vikes need a bucket this time. Need to break this. Let's get a 4-point lead.
Vikings with the basketball. Give it off to Lemaire in the lane. Underneath the Bowling. Goes up, scores, and is fouled. Jordan Bowling has given us some minutes. Nice pass by Lemaire. Jordan takes it up, lays it off the glass, scores, and is fouled.
And I don't think any doubt. I think this is the best game that I've seen Daryl Lemaire play all year. He's really come in and contributed. And Jordan Bowling, good job by the sophomore out of Crane, going up strong that time. And that's exactly what the Vikings needed.
Free throw is good. 3-point play. And Joe, you wonder all year sometimes why Coach plays all these guys, and here's why. Late in the season, when you need them for a couple of minutes at a time, they're ready to go.
And they're playing with confidence. That's 8 points in the game for Jordan Bowling, so he's done a great job off the bench.
Lead is back to 5. Vikes keep some pressure on the backcourt. Thompson works it up against Jordan Bowling, gets it into the forecourt with a left-handed dribble. Now to Yoakum. Long 3 by Chapman, way off the mark. Ball being tipped around. It comes out to whom? Brody Thompson. Now Yoakum can't save it on the sideline. It goes out of bounds. Brody got a hand on it. Yoakum knocked it away, but he slipped on the sideline and couldn't tightrope that sideline. Ball goes out of bounds.
And once again, Robbie Burton went up in the middle of that crowd and stopped Evangel from getting an offensive rebound. So the junior out of St. John's has played big here tonight.
6 minutes to go on this Thursday night. Brody Thompson, left side. Hickey pops out to the top of the key. Hickey drives right side, nowhere to go. Back to Brody. Brody around to Lemaire. Darrell around the screen, stops free throw line. He's going to take it strong to the basket, missed the shot. Riley keeps it alive, but Yoakum comes up with it.
Yeah, good move by Lemaire, just didn't finish.
66-61, 5:36 to go now. Chapman with the basketball, swings it around to Yoakum. He'll drive, give it back to Tillery. Now to Wingert, his 3, no good. Rebound Chapman. Knocked away by Thompson. Shot is up, no good by Tillery, but he's fouled.
Tillery split down the middle, got that offensive rebound, and drew the foul. And
Hickey picked up the foul.
Yeah. That'll be 3 on Kyle, I guess.
5:22 to go. Now Brad Hamilton, Andre Scott will check in. Cook's coming back in.
I'd say James Lane will be in pretty quickly also.
Tillery will shoot 2. He is 5 out of 7 from the line. There's Lane right in front of us, so he's ready to come back in. Well, these guys should be fresh for the final 5 minutes.
Good job by Coach Lance, keeping fresh troops. And the guys that came off the bench have done a good job.
Yep. They came in, it was a 2-point game. It's now a 5-point game. Tillery hits that one, he has 26.
I'm running out of room in my scorebook by Tillery's name.
He can have 50. He can have 40 as long as we win by 1.
I agree.
Now into the game is Scott Blakesley. He's going to give Chapman a break. 5:22 to go, 66-62. Well, this Evangel team, every game they play is close. Next one by Tillery. Got it. We hit the front of the rim, got the roll. That's what good shooters do. 66-63. What was the rebounding totals at the half?
Yeah, pretty close. It was 15-13.
Yeah.
Evangel had a 2-rebound lead.
It kind of added to that lead, I think, here in the second half. Here's Lane around to Cook. Vikes up by 3, 66-63. Andre Scott gives it out to Jordan Bowling. Now to Hamilton. Hamilton around a double screen. Back to Lane. He's open. Takes it down the middle. Jump hook. Go! Lane got inside. Steve Jenkins wanted to travel. Didn't get it. 4:50 to go. 68-63. Now a timeout taken by the Crusaders.
Boy, that's 22 points in the game for James Lane. Another big game for him. Boy, you're right. They wanted to travel. James, that little hop, skip, and jump, and went in strong, but flipped the ball up very softly.
Well, I think that we'll see how this all plays out. But Chad Lance having the confidence in his bench with a 3-point lead with 8 minutes to go in this game. He brought in, at one time, had no starters on with 8 minutes to go in a 3-point game. When those guys came out, it was a 4-point lead. Now his starters are back in fresh. If it works out, that's a coach having confidence in his players.
Well, you know, Chad has really used that substitution pattern all year long. This is no surprise. He's got confidence in his players, and I think his players, because of that, have developed confidence in themselves, and they go out there and play very aggressively and feel good about themselves.
4:47 to go. As Chapman had that about a minute break, he's right back into the game. Yoakum, ball tip, but it comes away.
Now time to give Tillery a rest, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of, and there they get into Verink. He scores and is fouled. Boy, the Vikings again let Verink get right inside and score, and it's 68-65, and he goes back to the line, chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, he's had a big second half. He only had 2 at halftime, but he's come in with 9 here in the second half, and most of them in the last few minutes. So it's back down to a 3. Could be a 2-point game if Verink can knock down this free throw as Bowling picks up his 3rd.
3 out of 4 from the line. Shot by Verink. God, it was a line drive, but it went in.
And there was that little hitch in his giddy-up, but he knocked it down.
68-66, 4:26 to go. Off it comes to Andre Scott. Scott, high post, goes to Ravi. Ravi, now to Cook. Cook, hands to Hamilton. Hamilton around to Andre Scott. Scott, double teamed out front. Stops, gives it off to Hamilton. Underneath to Andre, or rather to Ravi. Ravi stops. His 10-footer, no good. Rebound, Andre Scott. Scott loses the ball. It should be fouled by Tillery.
Yeah, a good offensive rebound by Andre Scott. Ravi Burton missed the jump shot, and Andre snuck in off that backside to get that offensive rebound. That's going to put him on the line. I'm not sure if this is a 1-and-1 or a 2-shot foul. That's 3 on Tillery.
Yeah, they're going to rule it a shot or a pass.
I think they said 1-and-1, I think, but I'm not sure. Yep.
Andre Scott, 6'2" senior, Fort Worth, 1-and-1 on the way. Got it, and he'll earn the bonus.
Andre hit those 2 big free throws to ice that game Saturday against Benedictine and gave us a 4-point lead with 5 seconds to go.
And we needed it because they hit a 3.
Yep.
Andre hit the first one here. It's a 3-point game, 69-66. Rims the second one out, so we've got a 3-point game. Vikes missing some free throws here in the second half. Quickly the other way, Chapman. Off to Yoakum. Yoakum works right side, almost drug that pivot foot. Now hands it to Chapman, 3:48 to go. Chapman to Wingert, baseline. Tillery, he's going to muscle his way in again. Oh, nice pass, missed the shot, but a foul. Double team Tillery, and that allowed Verink to come baseline wide open. Was fouled to shoot 2 more.
Ravi Burton, I think, gets a foul. I think that's only Ravi's. I think that's only his 2nd. Yeah, that's what I had him for is 2. That's what they say on the board. So that'll put Verink on the line for 2 shots here. And he seems like he's been here the whole half.
69-66. Valley's led throughout the half, but this Evangel team coming back, and they're just not missing free throws.
Well, they're conference champs for a reason.
Marink hit that one. What do you have, 2 at the half?
Yeah, 2 at the half, and he's got 10 in the second half.
To make it a 1-point game, got it. So it's a 1-point game. It was a 9-point Viking lead. It's down to 1. 3:38 to go. Cook into the forecourt, off to James Lane. Hands it to Andre. Off it comes to Cook. Fires it underneath the lane. Lane off the glass and scores. It was easy. He just went right to the baseline and got it to him, and he just out-jumped Tillery to that spot.
And a good pick. James came off a pick that time. That was a nice setup play in the Vikings half-court offense.
71-68 Wingert inside to Tillery. Puts it up. Blocked by Robbie Burton. Picked up by Cook. Vikings with the ball.
Robbie plays big again. Great job, big guy.
Cook gives it off to Lane. 3 minutes to go. Vikes by 3, 71-68.
How about a Brad Hamilton 3 right now?
Andre Scott to Lane. Around to Cook. Cook gives it to Robbie, top of the key. There is Hamilton with it. Off to Lane. 13 on the shot clock. 2:49 to go in the game. Cook going to work. And he's fouled. Now, Cook not a real good free throw shooter. Foul is going to be called on Chapman, but Cook's going to have to knock these down at the line. He'll be shooting a 1-and-1. That was the 9th team foul.
Byron hit a couple big free throws down the stretch against Benedict. He missed some, but then stepped up with the game on the line and knocked a couple down. Let's see if he can do it again.
Don't even want to know what he shoots from the line.
No, it doesn't make any difference.
And he missed it badly. Well, I'll tell you, he's a 38% free throw shooter, so he's not the guy you want fouled in those situations. The other way, and a foul is going to be called.
I think Robbie Burton, I believe.
That's on Robbie. That is his 3rd.
Yep, that'll be a 2-shot foul. That's Vikings over that 10-foul limit. So everything from now on for both teams will be 2-shot fouls.
I'll bet Chapman's not a 30% free throw shooter.
No.
How about 76%?
Yeah, that seems about right.
He knocks the first one down.
He's a pretty good player.
And got them both. 1-point game.
Well, just need to keep every possession very critical with 2.5 minutes left to play. Got to keep running your offense, and Vikes have done a good job of that all night long.
Boy, a big disparity at the free throw line. That's the game they play. They just go inside.
They pound you.
Cook with the basketball. He has to be careful now not to be the one to get fouled. Here comes Hamilton. Swing it around to Cook. Now he's going to take it inside again. Put up a shot, no good. Burton had it and was fouled. And Byron Cook can do a lot for this team, but I don't think taking it to the basket with those big guys is probably what the Vikes need out of him right now.
Number one, he's not a big scorer. And number two, not a good free throw shooter. It's okay if he penetrates and dishes off, but a good job by Robbie to get the offensive rebound. That's 4 fouls on Tillery.
Robbie will shoot 2 now. The Vikes up 71-70, 2:14 to go. First one. Got it.
Attaboy, Robbie.
He's a good free throw shooter.
Robbie's played one of the better games I've seen him play all year this year.
13 points, but boy, his rebounding has been tremendous. 2:14 to go. Vikes up by 2, 72-70.
Yeah, this man, 3-point looks better than 2 points.
Yeah, that one pinball. So the Vikes are about 50% here in the second half from the line, and they have a 2-point lead, and the clock is down to 2 minutes. Wingert with the basketball.
Need to make plays here.
Swings it around to Yoakum. He'll drive left side to the basket for the tie, and the Vikes let him go. 72 all, 1:59 left. Well, boy, Joe, you got to hit the free throws, and the Vikings are about 1 out of 2 every time they step up to the line, and that's hurting them here down the stretch.
Yeah, got to stay. It's going to boil down to who makes plays. I mean, there's not much to choose between these two teams. And Evangel, a very good ball club. Vikes have played a very good game and just got to – this is a key possession right now. Down under 2 minutes. We've led the entire half. We did not want to give up the lead.
They are 18 out of 24 from the line. The Vikings only 4, 5, 6 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6 out of 11.
Yeah. And
in the second half, they're 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Got to hit those free throws.
Got to hit some free throws, only 50%. 72 all, 1:59 to go.
Well, I think you got to get the ball in James Lane's hands this possession. He might not be the one to take the shot, but I think whatever happens should go through him.
72 all, 1:59 to go. That was the 4th foul on Tillery. That could be big, so maybe take it in there and see if you can get him to pick up his 5th.
Wouldn't mind letting him sit and watch the rest of the game.
All right, Robbie Burton, James Lane, Byron Cook, Brad Hamilton, and Andre Scott, starting 5 on the floor.
Been a good game.
Real
good ball game. Very intense the entire game.
No matter what happens, it's been a heck of a basketball game. Probably have another timeout or two. Here's Cook. Gives it off to Andre. Andre around a screen by Burton at the top of the key. Now they find Hamilton. Hamilton around to Cook. Looks in for Robbie. Not
find
there.
James.
Cook
find
underneath
James.
the
There he
lane.
is.
Double team. Back to Hamilton for a 3. Good! Hamilton buries the 3 and a timeout taken by Valley with 1:34. They got it inside the...
They double-teamed James Lane. That left Brad Hamilton open beyond the arc. Good recognition by the Vikings.
Good recognition, and how about Brad Hamilton, ice water in those veins as he popped that one down. And the Vikings are back up 3 points with 1:34 to go. Wow, what a big shot that was.
Yeah, still a lot of time left, but that was huge. Money in the bank. And we said you got to get the ball in the lane, and getting the ball into him opened up the three-point shot.
And you could tell that Evangel knew that. They double-teamed him, and he's smart enough to say, there's nothing here. I've got number 24 wide open.
And a good pass, good recognition by Byron Cook to get it into lane in the first play.
75-72. Valley remains on top. 1:34 to go. Wingert, Yoakum, who had the last bucket, Chapman, Tillery, and Verink. They've got their starters on the floor. So the guys who started the game, all 10 of them are on the floor right now.
Hickey's in for Andre Scott right now for the Vikings.
Hickey's in for Scott, and that may be a free throw shooting thing. All right, in for Cook, rather. All right, here we go. 1:26 to go as Wingert brings it up the right side. Goes to Chapman.
Chapman. Threes, guys. No threes.
Chapman turns. Swings it around to Yoakum. Hickey on him. Yoakum top of the key. Chapman fakes the 3. Now goes baseline. Muscles his way in underneath. And they get it to Tillery for 2 more. 75-74. 1:06 to go. Cook
29 points for Tillery.
And boy, what a smart move that was. They just came right out and fouled Cook.
Yeah,
that was a
did.
smart move.
Yeah, they did.
So Byron Cook, a 38% free throw shooter, is at the line to shoot 2.
He'll have 2. That's the good thing about it. Come on, Byron. Make him pay here.
Yoakum just went out and fouled him with 1:02 to go, and that free throw is
hey. Make him pay.
Yeah. He's your best ball handler, and boy, they fouled him on purpose.
See if they can nail one more here, make it a 3-point game with 1:02. Yep.
And he got them both. A 38% free throw shooter. Byron Cook knocks them both down.
He did that last week against Benedictine. Good job, Byron.
77-74.
Under a minute.
Seconds to go. Here's Yoakum. 3 for the tie. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Brad Hamilton. The Vikes now can take some time. Hamilton.
About a 14-second differential between the shot and the
Hamilton
game clock.
Across the timeline, and he was double teamed. And a timeout taken by Chad Lance. 41 seconds to go. 26 on the shot clock. 41 on the game clock. Valley up 77-74. You know what? We've kind of been picking on Byron Cook down the stretch here for, in my opinion, taking a couple of ill-advised shots, missing a free throw, but when they fouled him intentionally, he stood to the line and knocked them both down.
And both of them clean shots all the way. He's played well. Byron's a very good point guard. He's been one of the big reasons for the success of this team this year, and I think Coach Chad Lance coming in saying, I knew I had 4 starters back. I did not know who my point guard was going to be.
Jim Thomas last year, remember? Jimmy last year.
And Byron's filled that role very well this year.
Well, 41 seconds to go. 77-74. I think it's been a well-officiated game, a clean game.
Yep.
A lot of free throws for Evangel, but with Tillery and Verink, that's just the way they play. They're going to muscle that ball inside.
They're going to go right at you. Like to see Tillery. Let's see if we can get that 5th foul. Let's get an offensive foul on him.
All right, 77-74.
Boy, if the Vikings can figure it out, I'm sure Coach Chad Lance will draw up a play. Let's hope it works. If he can get a good play off this timeout, that could be huge with 41 seconds left. Now Andre Scott's in. Byron Cook's out of the lineup right now, so it's Scott, Hickey, James Lane, Brad Hamilton, Ravio Burton on the floor for the Vikings.
All right, you got to take some time, get the best shot you can, and see what happens. A 3-point lead. They're going to go in the backcourt to Kyle Hickey. Hickey's fouled immediately by Yoakum. Well, let's see if Kyle can do it at the line. Boo, say the fans.
Coach Steve Jenkins not wasting any time. He's going out and picking up the foul immediately.
And he found another good one. Hickey, let's see, Kyle is he doesn't shoot. First one is good. I was going to say he's a 54% free throw shooter, but that was nothing but net.
If the Vikes win this game, we'll look back on that intention when they intentionally fouled Byron Cook, and Byron stepped up and hit two. That might be the turning point of this game if the Vikes can hold on.
Cook hits, Cook hit his, and now Hickey hits both of his. That's a 5-point game. So 37 seconds to go. Almost a steal. Oh, Chapman fires it out. Yoakum for three. Got it. The Vikings almost had the steal, and then Yoakum hits it. 31.2.
So close, yet so far away. If we'd have gotten that steal, we'd have been in great shape.
Oh, man.
Instead, it's a 3-point shot.
And then Yoakum hits it from the top of the key. 79-77, 31.2. Hickey had his hands on that ball. Couldn't come down with it. Well, the shot clock is off, so there's going to be some fouls now.
Well, anybody that came to this game tonight got their money's worth. This has been a very exciting, very well-played college basketball game by both teams.
A big shot by Yoakum. That's his second triple. He has 10, 79-77. So close to getting that Hickey. If he could have picked that pass off.
I think after watching this Evangel team play, though, you can tell why they were the regular season conference champs.
They just don't make many mistakes. Vikings up 79-77. 31.2 seconds to go. They do not have to take a shot, but it won't come down to that. There will be a foul somewhere along the line here.
And Kyle Hickey looked, I'm not going to jinx him, but he looked pretty good that last time. Went to the line and drained a couple.
The 2-point game, 31.2 seconds to go. Vikes need a win. By the way, a win tonight would assure them of a home game next Thursday. They still need that.
Put them in pretty good position for
second place, too. Lane to inbound it. In it comes to Andre, and he's fouled immediately by Wingert. 29.7 seconds. He'll shoot two.
I need a couple right here, Andre.
He's a senior out of Fort Worth.
Need a couple right here with 29 seconds.
Andre Scott tonight from the line, 1 out of 2.
Need two here. It'd be all fouls are 2 shots now.
And the first one is good. He'll have another one. It's a 3-point game, 80-77, 29.7 seconds to go.
9 points. Andre can go in double figures if he can knock down this second free throw here.
I'm glad I don't coach.
I'm glad I'm not shooting free throws right now.
Andre gets them both.
Vikes have hit their last 6 under pressure.
28 seconds to go. No threes, they say. Here's Chapman for three. Won't go. Rebound, James Lane. He went high to get it and was fouled with 20 seconds to go. Oh, the shot by Chapman, no good. And James Lane, did you see him get up?
How high was he that time?
Oh, baby.
Yeah, he ripped that ball off with both hands and went up strong as could be.
Chad Jenkins at Mid-America Nazarene watching tonight on live stream tells me Peru's going to win, Mid-America's going to win, Benedictine's going to win, and Grayson's up 19 over CMU.
Wow.
Lane misses the first free throw.
No need this, James. Come on. Our heart's beating fast enough as it is.
Don't give up a three is right, as I hear Ramon Powell say. Lane missed them both. Rebounds his own miss, puts it up and is fouled again, and Tillery's fouled out of the game. Lane missed it, went in, got the rebound. Tillery just fouled out of the game.
James knew when he shot that ball was going to miss. He took off like a streak of lightning right down the middle, and say goodbye to Mr. Tillery. I'd
29
always hate
points.
to see anybody foul out, but kind of glad to see it happen tonight.
I don't hate it at all tonight. So if Mr. Jenkins is right, Mid-America is going to go to 9-8. CMU will drop if they can't come back. Benedictine is going to go to 11-6.
So they will be tied with them if we can hold on.
If we can hold on, and they got to go to Evangel on Saturday. Peru's going to win. We've got the tiebreaker with them, but they're going to be 10-7.
And this is a huge win because nobody will beat a higher seed than Evangel. This is the #1 seed.
So Culver's going to lose. They'll be 9-8.
They give us a 2-game lead on them, right?
Yeah. So we're in good shape to get it home. In fact, we'll probably be at home if we win this one. Well, we'll be home if we win this one. Come on, James.
There we go. There we go, James.
Now, if he knocks this one down with 18.2 seconds to go, Valley will be up by 6.
I got James at 4 out of 5 from the line. No, I'm sorry. I put his by Andre Scott there. Sorry about that, James.
Well, he got a huge rebound, makes them both. Now it's a 6-point game. Vikings just have to play defense. 17 seconds to go. Here comes Yoakum off to Chapman. Chapman back to Yoakum. Yoakum turns, wheels, fires a long three and hit it.
Wow.
With 9.7 seconds to go, he nailed it. This one isn't over yet.
He drained a couple of NBA threes the last 2 times down the court. Man, what a game. Now, here's the thing about it, though. They're going to have to foul. It'll be a 2-shot foul. If we can hit one of the 2, it'll be a 2-possession game. So still the Vikes in pretty good shape if they could just don't throw the ball away in the backcourt.
But how about Yoakum? Hit 2 big ones down the stretch. Now, Chapman, a good 3-point shooter, missed a couple. Yoakum on the year, 38%, 57 out of 148, but he's knocked some down here. Chapman is a better 3-point shooter, but he missed a big one here moments ago. Vikings have to get the ball inbounds, Joe, and then make a free throw. Yeah,
got to make 1 out of 2 because I don't think they can score twice in 9.10 seconds, 9.7 seconds. So, and this is where, when you're Coach Chad Lance, you want to design a play that gets the ball in the hands of your best free throw shooter.
82-70, Peru over Baker tonight. But the Vikings have the tiebreaker there. So if they win, Vikes win, they clinch a home.
I think good chance we win. Good chance of finishing 3rd place. It's not a done deal, but so you got the tiebreaker over Peru.
Yeah.
So they can't be there. If we win tonight, they can't beat us.
You win tonight, Vikings will get 3rd place.
Yeah, I think so.
3rd place,
at least maybe second. Maybe second.
Here they get it into Hamilton. Fouled immediately.
Good guy to get the ball to. 8.8 seconds left.
And the foul is going to be called on Blakesley, his second. Hamilton needs 1 out of 2, preferably both, but he certainly needs 1 out of 2.
1 out of 2, and then make them take a little time getting the ball down the floor, and we're in good shape.
Still 8.8 to go, though.
That can seem like an eternity when you're ahead.
Hamilton with 9, nothing better if he could get into double figures, and he does.
He got it. Good man. And the Vikes have hit some big free throws down the stretch.
And
Scott's hit 2, Lane's hit 2, Hickey's hit 2, Cook's hit 2, and now let's hope Hamilton hits 2.
And the Vikings there said, okay, going to get James Lane to inbound it. We're going to get it to Brad Hamilton. Second free throw.
Got them both.
5-point game. That's 11 now.
Vikes going to win this one, Ken.
Hang on, baby.
Going to win it.
I've seen a lot happen. I'll tell you in a couple seconds. Now they're going to win it. Hickey with a steal. He'll go up, lay it off the glass. He'll score.
I told you.
And the Vikings are going to win it. And they will remain tied with the Benedictine Ravens for 2nd place. A big win for Valley tonight. 87-70. Or 87-80. It's a 7-point win for the Vikings. Wow, what a big win. 2 big wins in a row over Benedictine and Evangel.
And I still think you look to free throw shooting, and none bigger than those 2 that Byron Cook hit when the Vikings were up by 1. The Crusaders went right after him in the backcourt, fouled him, and he stepped up and knocked down 2. Vikings never looked back after that.
Vikings win it. 87-80. They go to 17-10 overall, but more importantly, they go to 11-6 in the league. They have just clinched 3rd place, a home court contest next Thursday night. They've clinched that. They're 3rd place at worst, but there's still a lot on the table. We go to Baker Saturday. Benedictine goes to Evangel. The Vikings are looking now, their sights are set on second place.
That would be
conference.
great. That could potentially mean 2 home games.
Yeah.
Got to win that first one.
If the Vikes win and get second place, it does mean an automatic berth in the national tournament.
Yep.
So I guess Saturday you could be playing for an automatic berth in the national tournament.
That would be so exciting, not just for the team, but for this whole school.
Chad Lance coming over here now, 87-80 is the final score as the Vikes win it. Again, Peru State won tonight. Graceland is winning their game. MNU is going to win. Benedictine's going to win. We don't have all the scores, but thank you, Chad Jenkins, for all of that information. It's a big, big win for the Vikings, and we'll get Chad Lance in here to talk about this one for just a little bit. As the final score again is 87 to 80 is our final score. Let's take a look at the scoring for the Crusaders. Corey Tillery had 29 points, 14 for Josh Verink, 13 Nick Yoakum. Richard Chapman had 11, 7 for Brody Wingert. For the Vikings, James Lane, 26. Another huge night for Lane. 13, Robbie Burton. 11, Brad Hamilton. Andre Scott, 10. Byron Cook, 8. 7, Kyle Hickey. 8 for Jordan Bowling. 2 for Fletcher. 2 for Lemire. Rebounding, 34-31. Everything was pretty close. Vikings shot 55%, 47% for Evangel tonight. At the free throw line, 18 out of 24 were the Crusaders. The Vikings 16 out of 23, but I believe the Vikes hit 7 of their last 8 free throws. All right, Chad Lance is ready, and Coach, 87-80 is the final score. I tell you, your team has really put together 2 tremendous efforts in a row.
Great effort. I just told them, keep believing, keep working, and good things come when you try to push through and you try to persevere.
I want to talk about your bench, first of all, before we get to James Lane and the free throw shooting. I want to talk about your bench, first of all. 8 minutes to go in this game. You have a 2-point lead, maybe a 3-point lead. I look on the floor. You do not have a starter out there. And I know what you were doing because at 5 minutes to go, your starters were all in fresh. You have that much confidence in those guys. They play 3 minutes in a crucial ball game with not a starter on the floor.
Well, I tell you what, hats off to our bench. I thought that in the first half, our starters were a little flat, and we brought our bench in, and they did an exceptional job, and they pushed us through and got us the lead.
James Lane, we talk about him again. I mean, he and Corey Tillery, you saw, in my opinion, the 2 best players in the conference go at it tonight.
Well, in my opinion, they both are. Corey Tillery is an unbelievable player, and James Lane's just right there as well. I thought we rebounded down the stretch and what we needed to be able to do. We need to do a better job of being able to close out games, and even though we're not wanting to foul and still stay in front of people and still got to be able to guard.
Coach, free throw shooting, you were struggling, 1 for 1. Byron Cook shoots about 38%. They foul him. He missed one badly. They foul him intentionally. He knocks them both down. Hickey, a 54% free throw shooter, he knocks them down. You hit 7 out of 8 down the stretch. How huge was that for those 2 guys to step up and knock those down?
I scream and holler at our freshmen, and I'm probably unfair to them the mass majority of the time, but I tell you what, the only reason I'm on them like I am is I got a lot of confidence in those kids. And, one to not forget about is Daryl Lemire came in and did an exceptional job. And Kyle and Byron stepped up, and I thought our freshmen grew up tonight, and that's what we need.
Coach, I don't have all the scores. I do know Peru won over Baker. That one doesn't matter anymore. We've clinched 3rd place at least tonight because Culver lost at Benedictine. Benedictine won tonight, and Graceland's beating CMU. Mid-American Nazarene going to win. So we've clinched 3rd place tonight. We know that we'll have a home game here next Thursday night. Now we just don't know what's actually going to happen. We go to Baker on Saturday, and Benedictine goes to Evangel. So it's first or second place is on the line when we go. I don't know how the tiebreaker comes out. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but I'm not going to worry about it. If we beat Baker, we've got a good chance at 2nd place.
Yeah, let's just go take care of ourselves tonight. Tomorrow night and or Saturday, and then we'll figure it out from there.
All right, so, Coach, congratulations. We know one thing. We will be here next Thursday, a week from tonight, hosting a game, and believe it or not, the first time since the 2002-2003 season, we're going to have a home game right here in the postseason. That'll be a lot of fun, won't it?
And I'm super excited.
I tell you what, this team deserved it, and so do you. Go celebrate this one. It was a great win. Let's go get it Saturday, and let's see what happens.
All right, thank you.
All right, Chad Lance joins us, and we'll get Joe back in here for a couple of moments before we wrap things up. And Joe, I went over the scoring. We'll just kind of wrap things up here. But boy, I tell you what an exciting victory for the Vikings. That's 2 in a row. They've had to have them over Benedictine. They had to have it over Evangel tonight. They get them both. Now let's root for the Crusaders against Benedictine. Yeah. We'll go beat Baker if we can. Baker toward the bottom. They're still going to be tough at home.
Yeah.
And get second place in the national tournament berth. That's on the line Saturday.
And how fitting, as we said earlier, how fitting for those the Benedictine Evangel games to come down, the last 2 home games of the year of the regular season. We know we'll be back here for at least
next
one
Thursday,
more game. Thursday night. And, you know, big difference between second and third, because if we could win that first game, that means we'd be back at home for that semifinal. But you got to win them one at a time. And I'll tell you what, this conference tournament's going to be exciting. Anybody could beat anybody else, and I really mean that.
Well, the biggest difference between second and third, if we get second, we are automatically in the national tournament. That makes a huge difference. So we'll find out Saturday. So join us Saturday. We'll be on stretch, and it will be a lot of fun. Again, with Missouri Valley now 11-6, Benedictine 11-6, Peru 10-7. So the Vikings, we have the advantage over Peru. So the Vikings are definitely third place.
Culver can't catch us. Peru can't catch us because we got the tiebreaker.
All right,
looks good.
Join us on stretch Saturday, 2 o'clock for the women's game. They'll be 5th place. For the men's game, it could be all the way to 2nd place. We know we've got 3rd, but it could be 2nd. Joe All, I'm Ken Cuiava. So long from Marshall. Thanks to our entire crew tonight. Good night.